Yeah, no. So I was saying it before. I've been fighting for almost 8 years now, and it's never been legalized in my home state. So what happened a lot, which I hated, is people would come up to me, like older people or kids my age or whoever, would come up to me and be like, "Why isn't it not legal here?" And then you have to kind of argue your way into why it should be legal, and you give all these excuses, and you're always arguing from a guilty side of an argument because you're participating in a sport that is not considered a sport here in New York. So that was really annoying. And now to finally be able to, there's no more arguments. It is a sport. It's legal. It just feels way better now.
While it wasn't legalized, you heard about all these underground events that weren't regulated. Did you have any teammates fighting there? Did you worry about their safety fighting in these events?
Oh yeah, no, it was very dangerous. As I was starting, there was a lot of that. Even in the gym, there was people doing it. At the time, we didn't really know the difference because the sport has grown so much, in the last 8 years. So, but as the last couple of years, we started realizing that it's so dangerous. These people are not getting drug tested; they're not getting blood tested. So I know there was a kid who I think he fought with AIDS, and no one knew it. He fought in New York a bunch of times with AIDS, and no one knew it. And those poor guys who fought him, I don't know what happened with them, but the only reason we know that he has AIDS now is because he finally went and fought in New Jersey, where they had a commission, and he got blood tested. Like, oh no, you can't fight here. You have AIDS, and they found out he fought a bunch of times in New York. So I don't know how many times that's happened, but and I'm sure. And then you got hepatitis. You got who knows how they're doing the weights. It's a scary thing to be fighting, like that. So I'd never recommended anybody to fight in New York before because it was not smart. It was not smart.
Talking about drug testing, you're fighting a guy that was recently suspended, did fight his way back. Only got a 6-month suspension. Do you feel like he's getting tested to this fight?
Yeah, I hope so. I think everybody deserves to get tested, especially if you fail drug testing, you get tested way more than probably anybody else. So you would hope. And I feel like if you fail a drug test in this sport, man, you need to be penalized bad because you're going out. It's not like you're hitting a baseball out of the park. It's not really hurting anybody. You're a cheater. You're cheating yourself. You're cheating your fans. But to go out there and go into a cage with another guy and you're cheating and the other guy's not, that's just not fair. When you can punch a guy in the face and hurt him, it's not right. And then at the end of the day, though, I had to also realize that most of the guys I fought at this point have failed drug tests. Anderson Silva failed a drug test. Lyoto Machida now, which surprisingly failed a drug test. Vitor Belfort failed a drug test. I know Tom Lawler, they just said failed a drug test. So I guess I've been fighting guys who've been on steroids, and we're finding out about it now. So I don't know what to say about it, but it sucks.
Well, you beat all those guys, so it's safe to say another victory?
Yes, sir. It's very safe to say. Yeah.
Two top wrestlers. He was an Olympic wrestler.
Yeah.
Do you feel like this might cancel out and we see a stand-up fight on Saturday?
He's a really good wrestler. And I don't know. I'm prepared for anything. I'm prepared to go for takedowns, not get them. I'm prepared for him to go for takedowns and get them. Prepared for worst-case scenarios and everything. He's a very unorthodox guy. He's good, I think, in all positions. So I definitely have my work cut out of me. But this is an opportunity for me to show that I'm a little bit different than the rest of the other guys.
He's obviously a great fighter all around. But what do you think about his cardio? Some people say that in the later rounds that would favor you. Do you see it that way as well?
Yeah, man. I think he's an older guy with a lot of muscle, and I think just science shows that you have that much muscle, the oxygen is gonna end up. I don't really know the science behind it, but the oxygen is gonna have a hard time getting to those muscles. Lactic acid is gonna fill up quicker, and so you're gonna get a little bit more tired. So it's not something that I rely on in this fight, but I definitely am going to do my best to push a hard pace and mix it up as much as possible, make him as uncomfortable as possible during the fight.
Luke Rockhold obviously pulled out of the Jacare fight, had to withdraw due to injuries. Do you feel like this sort of gives you a big advantage, and now you are sort of the sole guy where if you beat Yoel Romero, that next title shot is yours?
What was you asked? How do I feel about that? Or
do you feel like that gives you a big advantage, that the spotlight is on you now, that if you beat Yoel Romero, you get the next title shot?
It gives me an advantage as far as there's no question I win this fight, I'm fighting for the title. Absolutely. There was a point where people were saying, whoever looks the best between Jacare, Luke, and Chris and Yoel is going to get the shot. Now I think it's pretty much if I get this W, I'm getting the shot.
Bisping says he wants to fight you. He's open to a fight with you. But do you believe him? Do you think if you win, he'll give you that title shot?
Well, he's going to call out some more welterweights, some more people who are retired first, and then if I'm left over, then he'll take me. Boss man Bisping will take me.
You've been on a bit of a hiatus. I mean, how does it feel to get back in here and to have this fight week happening?
No, man, it feels amazing. It's surreal. It's weird. It don't feel like I'm really fighting right now because I'm in New York and just taking the drive in. You know, it just feels like a normal day in New York City. So it's a very weird feeling, but. I think once that music hits and I hear the crowd of New York, it's going to be so much fun. The energy is going to be amazing. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Here's the interesting thing about your music. You come out to Won't Back Down by Tom Petty. Are you still going to stick with that, or is it going to be a more New York thing? Maybe New York by Diddy, or Coming Home, who's a New Yorker?
I got some secrets for you guys. That's it. I got some secrets. I
Can't reveal it yet?
You guys got to actually pay for pay-per-view, you know? Come on.
How about representing for like kind of Sarah Longo? There's a lot of expectations. I think that other guys from the camp are going to be on this card, like Aljamain or Al Quinta, and you're the guy pretty much. So how does it feel to take on that title, that role?
You know, it sucks because obviously I want my teammates to be on the card. I feel like all the people in New York, all the fighters in New York have been missing out for so long. Not being able to fight in their home state, so this was their opportunity to finally do it, and everybody wanted to be a part of the first one. So I feel for them. It sucks, and at the end of the day, though, this event will pass, and there's going to be so many events here in New York. So people forget about this event at some point. It's historic, but at the end of the day, like, people are going to be talking about the first event in New York forever. It's going to end up, there'll be another big event in Madison Square Garden coming up soon.
You have a close relationship with Stephen Thompson. He's fighting for the welterweight title. What does that feel like? Obviously, you got a huge fight, but at the same time, your attention is in a way divided because you want to see how he does and see the outcome of that fight. Are you nervous for him, and what do you see that fight going like? And did he just text you?
No. I'm actually I want to capture this moment, guys. Come on. This is my first time ever, and I'm terrible. I never video anything, but it's all right. Give me 1 second. It's pretty cool.
It's awkward because we're all just quietly staring at
Thank you for staying. You guys could have cheered. You guys could have cheered.
We let you down.
Did I not film that?
We can do a media Mexican wave a little bit later.
All right, we're good. I got it.
He's actually photobombed your shot as well.
I know. I put him in there.
So talk to us a little bit about that dynamic. Stephen Thompson fighting on the same card as you, very, very close. You helped him. He helped you. Now he's fighting for the title. Huge card. Are you nervous for him? Are you going to go back, right in the back and watch that fight? You're going to try and help him warm up, even if you're in the right shape after your fight?
I'm definitely excited for him, man. He's fighting for the belt in Madison Square Garden at this event against Tyron Woodley, a great matchup for him. I feel like the last 3 guys he's fought might have been even a tougher matchup for him than Woodley. So I feel like he has all the tools to go out there and just dominate Woodley. And I'm excited to watch his dream come true of becoming a champion. And absolutely, as soon as I'm done, I can't wait to watch him and support him any way I can. As far as warming up, we'll see what happens. We'll probably be in the same dressing room, so we'll probably warm up together a little bit.
He was in your house holding your belt on the bed. It was up on Instagram. Are you happy that he'll finally have his own belt to spoon in bed and he'll leave your belt alone?
Yeah, Dan. There's not too many people I let do that. So he was the lucky one. Yeah, I can't wait for him to just leave my stuff alone from now on.
What does it mean to be here now after all the lobbying that you did in trying to bring the sport to New York, to the Garden, and now to see it here?
Yeah, man, it's a dream come true. It's something I lost hopes on for time and time again because I would head out to Albany and different cities in the state and talk to all the senators and assemblymen, and I even talked to the governor on the phone a couple times, and everyone was just like, "Oh yeah, no, it's going to pass this year, every single year." They're like, "Oh, there's an overwhelming amount of support. It's done deal." And then when it came down to for the voting to get put on the floor in the assembly, it just never happened. I'm just like, what the fuck? And I just was like, man, there's dirty politics going on because it just doesn't make sense that this is not going through. Then a couple people get arrested and things start going a different direction. And then next thing I know, it's legalized. And here we are for the first time in my life. I get to fight in my home state. It's a dream come true. I can't wait to make that walk.
We're taking.
I am. It's going to be energizing. So I'm going to have to make sure my emotions don't get too crazy because you want to take it all in. You want to enjoy the moment, but at the same time, you don't want to forget that you're walking to a cage to fight.
Is this great for the sport in your mind?
Oh, this is huge for the sport. We're in the we're in the media capital of the world. We're in the capital of the world, in my opinion, and in Madison Square Garden, breaking records. So this is unbelievable, and it's just the beginning. This is the first one. Who knows what the heck's going to happen in New York moving forward, you know?
Speaking of breaking records, we've got to quickly grab a prediction from you for the main event, Conor McGregor versus Eddie Alvarez. How do you see this one going? Is Conor going to become a dual champion?
You know, I think Eddie Alvarez, with his wrestling and his pressure, and he's so much experience, his strength, I think Eddie Alvarez wins this one.